Good morning and welcome to the class of VLSI System Design Theory course. So we have already discussed threshold voltage related equations like here, and based on this we are going to solve some problems. So we have if body bias is 0, then threshold voltage without any body bias, that is called VT0. Phi GC means potential difference between gate and channel, minus 2 pi f minus qb0 by cox minus qx by cox. So qb0 is depletion charge density, and this is means charge due to oxide, means at interface of the oxide and semiconductor there is some charge. So oxide charge and depletion charge. COX, please unmute. Some noise is coming. Dear, dear students, please unmute yourself currently. Sorry, please mute yourself. Otherwise, I can mute. 1 minute. Mute all. If you have to speak, you can unmute and talk. But if not speaking, then unmute. Then keep it muted. So anyway, so this is what is phi GC. Phi GC is the work function difference between the gate and semiconductor. If p-type semiconductor is taken, then this work function difference between the silicon, p-type silicon, and gate is metal, then metal and semiconductor work function. And if there is a polysilicon, then polysilicon and p-type silicon work function differences. So this phi GC is basically work function difference between gate metal or gate polysilicon and body, p-type body for the NMOS and n-channel MOSFET. Sorry, if p-channel MOSFET, then body will be n-type. So it will be just like that. So this is if also we are considering body bias, VSB is not 0, then this one is VT0. After that, additional terms are also added, VT plus VT equal to VT0, this is already there, plus gamma under root minus 2 phi f plus VSB minus under root mod of 2 phi f. When Fermi potential, that how it is calculated, it is given by, for n channel MOSFET substrate is p type, therefore it is given by phi f is equal to kt by q ln ni by na. Li is intrinsic carrier concentration of the whatever silicon substrate, and na is the doping concentration of substrate, means p type substrate material. So this is the phi f calculation. And 2 phi f, sometimes in many books are writing, instead of writing 2 phi f, they are writing this totally, it is surface potential. Basically, when surface is inverted, when the channel region is inverted, then it becomes surface, basically minus 2 phi f is the surface potential of the channel. So that is surface potential as only one notation, surface potential phi s. So minus 2 phi f in the CMOS VLSI designed by Veste, they are taking here, instead of taking minus 2 phi f, they are taking as a surface potential phi s. So here we can also write phi s, and this one also phi s. In terms of phi s also can be written, but we should understand in terms of Fermi potential, if I are writing, then this is calculated by kt by q ln ni by na. And this body effect, if it is considered, then this body coefficient, what is body effect means, it is gamma, which is calculated as 2q na epsilon si by cox, where q is electronic charge 1.6 into 10 power minus 19 coulomb, na is acceptor concentration in the p substrate, and epsilon si is the dielectric constant of the silicon, and cox is the capacitance per unit area. And threshold voltage increases as VSB increases. So these are the basic equations you should write now, all this, and then we will apply. So let us move for the solution of the problems. Like here, one question: calculate the threshold voltage for a polysilicon gate n MOSFET. So n channel MOSFET or n channel MOS transistor with the following parameters. Na is given, so doping concentration of the p substrate is given 2 into 10 per 16 per centimeter cube. Oxide thickness is given 300 angstrom. and doping concentration of the Nd is given. So Nd is basically polysilicon is gate. So polysilicon gate is basically N plus, basically highly doped N region polysilicon. So it is Nd is given for that one. Nd is given 2 into 10 power 19 per centimeter cube, and oxide charge density is given per centimeter square. So whatever oxide is present in whatever charges are present in the oxide, that charge density is given in given that is equal to 10 power 10 per centimeter square. So based on this basic knowledge, based on this basic knowledge and Fermi potential calculation, all this gamma we can calculate. Here gamma body effect is not considered. So in this case, let us calculate Fermi potential of each substrate here for solving this problem. Because you want to calculate threshold voltage, so first Fermi potential of the substrate is calculated KT by Q ln Ni by Na. Ni is not given in the here as a data, but we can keep in mind. Generally, silicon intrinsic concentration is 1.45 into 10 power 10 per centimeter cube. So 1.45 into 10 power 10 per centimeter. It may be given here, or if not given, then you have to keep in mind that silicon intrinsic concentration is 1.45 into 10 to the power 10 per centimeter cube, and Na is given 2 into 10 power 16. So 2 into 10 power 16, and this KT by Q is thermal voltage. Basically, it is which is equal to 0.026. If you put Boltzmann constant, temperature, room temperature, and Q electronic charge, then it comes. So you can also keep this value in mind. KT by Q is 0.026 volt. Then ln of Ni by Na. So minus 0.3. Everything putting and solving, it is coming like that. Let me take a pointer. So this first one, phi f is calculated. For the gate also this type of formula we can apply, but gate is an ND means N type. So in N type this formula is instead of Ni by Na, now it becomes Nd by Ni. KT by Q ln Nd by Ni. Dear students, are you able to see the presentation and able to hear me properly? Hello.
Yes,
okay.
sir.
And this Fermi potential calculation for the this one substrate is clear. Then for the gate, it was p type. So for this one, this is the formula for the poly N plus polysilicon, which is gate, KT by Q ln Nd by Ni. So here Nd is given for the polysilicon. So Nd is given KT by Q 0.026 ln 2 into 10 power 19 divided by 1.45. Ni is intrinsic concentration for the both cases same taken. It is silicon or polysilicon. Intrinsic carrier concentration 1.45 into 10 power 10. So it is coming around 0.547 volt. Then this one, as I have discussed, that phi Gc, phi m minus phi s, phi metal minus phi substrate. Then means it may be here polysilicon is there, so phi ms. So it is difference between the two substrate and gate work function difference, phi ms. So phi ms is now calculated. Those this is substrate one and this is the metal. Instead of metal, it is polysilicon that is taken. So phi substrate minus phi gate. Phi gate is this. Phi gate is this much and phi substrate is this much. So these differences are taken. This is coming like that. Then let us now calculate the oxide capacitance per unit area, which is COX is epsilon OX by TOX. Also, permittivity of silicon dioxide is taken because COX you are calculating. Then we know that generally epsilon OX can be written as epsilon naught into epsilon r into epsilon naught. Epsilon r is the relative permittivity of the silicon dioxide, which is 3.97 or 3.9 around, and epsilon 0 means 8.85 into 10 to the power minus 12 farad per meter square, but here it is converted to centimeter because oxide thickness we are converting in centimeter, though it is given in angstrom, but it is converted in centimeter. So also this one epsilon naught is converted in farad per centimeter square, which is minus 14 instead of minus 12, minus 14. Then here also same unit, it is farad per centimeter square. It is here, it is thickness is in centimeter, then will be coming farad per centimeter square. So unit is 1 point, now unit is farad per centimeter square, value is 1.17 into 10 power minus 7 farad per centimeter square. So all these calculation, hand calculation you have to do by yourself. It is just I am illustrating the means values by example. Then depletion layer charge can be calculated minus under root 2 q na epsilon si minus mod of 2 phi f. So 1 minute. Hello. Yes. Yes. Hello. Take the phone. Not able to hear maybe. Okay. Okay. So let us move. QV0 is equal to 2q na epsilon psi mod of this. Then Q is electronic charge 1.6 into 10 per minus 19 coulomb. Na is given, and this one here it is epsilon of silicon. Previously here in this case epsilon of oxide. So 3.97, but for silicon 3.97 into epsilon naught. Here for silicon 11.7 into epsilon naught. So 11.7 into epsilon naught is 8.85 into 10 power minus 14 means farad per centimeter square. And then Fermi potential we have already calculated for the substrate. So substrate one, this one. So minus, then minus whatever it is ultimately taken mod, it will become positive. So whatever positive minus means positive negative, but finally it will become due to mod sign, it is positive. So then I put it, and then it is coming minus 6.97 into 10 power minus 8 coulomb per centimeter square. For the n channel we are doing. So this is the depletion charge, and then fix n channel MOSFET we are doing the depletion charge calculation. And fixed oxide charge is basically density is given, QOX is not given, NOX is given, means number of means charges per unit area, but actual value number is given, but actual value charge will be coming by multiplying Q. So Q will be multiplied in this NOx. Density is given, so it 1.6 into 10 power minus 19 into number. This is given coulomb per centimeter square. Then substituting all these values in the equation, that phi ms we are telling. Phi ms is basically means the differences between the work function of the substrate and the gate. So phi ms already calculated, minus 2 phi f calculated, and QB means phi f is already calculated. We can put QB0 and COX also known, QOX also known. So you put all these values, then threshold voltage without any substrate bias or without any body bias, by adding all these terms, coming around 0.4002 volt. So is it okay? All these steps are okay, though I am telling because values are here written, but you have to do by your own. This is illustrative example, but if any unsolved problem is coming, you have to do all the calculations. So students, dear students, are you clear up to now for solving the problem without any body bias? How to calculate threshold voltage? Hello?
No, sir.
Yes, clear. Should I move to other problems? I didn't get. Are you able to understand these things? This is the formula which in the very beginning we have derived it. That threshold voltage, we have defined threshold voltage without any body bias, without any substrate bias. And if substrate bias is there, then new formula we will see. New formula we will see, or here it is already written. This is the VT0, and this is VT0 plus something extra. If body bias is there, then gamma under root minus 2 phi f plus BSV substrate bias minus under root mod of 2 phi f. So this extra term is coming. These terms are also there. This extra term is coming if body bias is there, and gamma is calculated by, for the n channel it is calculated by this way. If it is P channel, here instead of Na, Nd will be there for the whatever N type substrate you are taking, for that doping concentration of Nd. So now it is clear, or is there any issue? If any issue is still, you can ask. Then we will move to solve other type of problems.
Yes, sir.
Should I move to means other problem, or still any query here? No query?
No, sir.
Okay, then moving. Okay, good. You can do yourself later on, but here just explaining with some given values. So suppose here second problem, N channel MOSFET has a threshold voltage 0.4 volt in the saturation region at point IDS equal to 2.25 microampere. VGS is 0.5. What will be the value of IDS if VGS is increased to 0.7? One set of value is given, that threshold voltage is also given 0.4 volt and IDS is given for given VGS. But if VGS is different 0.7 while it is operated in the saturation region. So if it is in saturation region, means it is operated in at a voltage VGS greater than threshold voltage. So yes, obviously it is what will be the IDS if VGS is increased to 0.7. So it is 0.4 is the threshold voltage, at 0.5 of VGS it is current is known, and it is telling that it is operating in the saturation region at 0.7 volt. VGS is equal to 0.7 volt. At this voltage, gate voltage, it is in saturation region. So during the calculation of current, you have to apply the formula which is for saturation region. So ID set, you know, ID set is mu1 COX W by 12 VGS minus VT whole square, and this term mu1 COX W by 12 is defined as beta n also. So sorry, mu1 COX W by L is defined as beta n in the symbols in the book. So beta n divided by 2 VGS minus VT whole square, it can be written in this way. So finally ID set is given. If you want to find out beta n, then it can be beta n equal to 2 times ID set minus ID set divided by VGS minus VT whole square, and then current is given 2.25 into 10 power minus 6. So suppose this current is given with the help of ID set formula, we are finding out beta n 2.25 microampere. So microampere means 10 power minus 6 is there. So 2 ID set divided by the value for this current VGS is 0.5, so 0.5, and then threshold voltage is 0.4. So all this we are putting, then we are able to find out this all these constant values, means mu1 COX W by 12, but W by L we are able to find. So beta n we are finding this much. So when VGS is this, so we can apply new formula that VGS is new value, so then beta times VGS minus VT whole square. VGS is new value 0.7, VT is this much, and by 2L, beta by 2L is there. So beta by 12 for half, beta by 2, beta for half it is written as 0.5, and beta is 4.5 into 10 per minus 4 ampere per volt, sorry, ampere per volt square. So 0.5 is, means beta by 2 is there. So 0.5 first, then 4.5 into 10 power minus 4 this value. Then VGS minus VT means 0.7 minus 0.4 whole square. So you are able to find out the current. So one example for current also. Means getting the value. I should move to other problems. Actually, first set was given 0.4 threshold voltage and 0.5 voltage, and current was given. So we have applied this ID set current equation. We find it out beta value, beta n, and later on we are applying the same equation. This is beta n times beta n divided by 2 VGS minus VT whole square. But this time VGS is 0.7 and VT is 0.4. Beta is also known. So we are able to find out current. This is the problem. Next, I'm moving, and this type of equations. So many other examples are for ID versus VGS, I'm leaving that. Let us come to threshold voltage calculation. A little means more practical problem. Uh, Current calculation I'm leaving, many more examples are there, but coming to new problem, new variety of problem. So let us calculate threshold voltage of an MOSFET, in which threshold voltage adjustment is also done. Threshold voltage adjustment is done, then some changes happens. I have explained here somewhere. Threshold voltage, change of threshold voltage. If you want to change threshold voltage by this delta VT0, then Q times density of ion implantation. Ion means whatever ions are implanted. So Ni is the means density of ions are implanted ions, and COX is same as we are using. So capacitance per unit area. So sometimes threshold voltage, if design is done without any ion implantation, then it may be for n channel, it may be threshold voltage may not be positive, but you want to make it positive. So some threshold voltage adjustment is required, for which ion implantation is done. So ion implantation are either n type or p type may be done. So this type of the adjustment is done. If adjustment is done, then this type of problem we have, that a P MOSFET transistor is fabricated with TOX equal to 10 nanometer, and ND, it is now P type MOSFET. So this substrate will be N type, therefore ND is equal to 10 power 16 per centimeter cube in the N well. So obviously it is means N well, it is telling. It means that bell is created in the P type substrate, and bell is N type. So P type MOSFET is fabricated in the N well. So bell in bell doping concentration is ND equal to 10 power 16. Bell is N type. So the gate is heavily doped P type silicon, and there are 5 into 10 power 10 per centimeter square positive charge in the oxide. Oxide charge density is given. Determine the necessary ion implantation and type and dose to adjust the zero bias threshold to minus 0.5. It is telling something different, that instead of naturally whatever coming, it is telling that it should be adjusted to minus 0.5 volt. So whatever it is coming by these specification, that is another issue, but it wants that threshold voltage of this MOSFET should be adjusted to 0.5 volt negative. So it is P type 3 channel MOSFET, generally we want negative threshold voltage, so this much value should be there. So this is why this formula VT0 without substrate bias, high ms minus 2 phi f minus qv by cox means depletion charges, oxide charges, then ion implanted charges also. So and another term is there, ion implanted charges divided by cox also. So this is modification, threshold voltage adjustment. If it is done, then this one means all these four terms already we are using, but also threshold voltage adjustment term. Q voltage due to threshold voltage adjustment means voltage due to the implanted charges. So Q means Q due to ion implantation. So ion implanted charges, whatever charges. So this much we can use. Also there is also some means method that phi ms, generally it is polysilicon. In case of polysilicon gate, kt by q ln ni by na minus eg by 2q, this method also we can apply for, instead of calculating Fermi potential, it is also possible to calculate this phi ms, metal work function, metal and semiconductor work function differences by kt by q ln ni by na minus eg by 2q. So this method also we can use. So generally means not going into more details, but it is generally coming for this case. This one kt by q ni by na, it is generally coming minus 0.35, and band gap of the silicon is 1.12, then divided by 2. So it is value is phi ms is minus 0.90 volt. And Fermi potential, if you want to calculate, so phi f equal to kt by q ln ni by na. So 1 minute. You have oxide charge is not given, exactly not given, so we are calculating. So for this doping level, just phi f is calculated. Then oxide capacitance can be epsilon x by qx. So epsilon x and thickness epsilon x is already known, given somewhere, not given, then we can calculate that 3.9 into epsilon naught divided by tux. Tux is given this much. So it is also COX is also now known. Phi f we can calculate, phi ms we can calculate. Then we can calculate the charge in whatever depletion charge. Then QNA epsilon si 2 phi f this much. Then oxide charge per unit area, and this is means dense coulomb per unit this much. So it is already given some value, oxide one here 5 into 10 power 10. So 5 into 10 power 10 is multiplied by q electronic charge, then it is becoming coulomb, instead of number, it is now becoming charge. So 1.6 into 10 power minus 8 coulomb per centimeter square. Then implanted charge also given. So implanted charge density is given only, implanted charge density is given only. 1 minute, where is the density of the, determine the necessary ion implantation type to adjust the zero bias threshold to this much. Okay. What is the problem? Okay. This P type one maybe we'll see later, because here I think clear cut available data is not. I mean, QI is not given, unimplanted value not given, but we are using somewhere from this book. They have taken this much value. QB QOX, okay, okay, then VT0 we can find out this much coming, okay. Then we will come to an okay, okay, it is okay. Then why it was wrong? Okay, yes, yes. This is the second example. Okay, so there was some means wrong slide was coming. There was some issue. Now we can clearly understand here. Instead of Na, here Nd will come because it is P-type MOSFET. So Nd is there. So a P MOSFET transistor is fabricated with TOX equal to 10 nanometer, and Nd is this much. And the gate is heavily doped polysilicon, which is 5 into 10 power 10 per centimeter square. This is the density. Q will be multiplied, Nd is the density. So positive charges in the oxide. Gate is heavily doped polysilicon, and there are this much charges, positive charges in the oxide. So oxide charges are given, and the charge number is given, but Q will be multiplied, then oxide charge will be calculated, and determine necessary ion implantation type. And then we can find out here, like this is the formula. Then phi ms is calculated here, Nd will be coming into picture. Now we are calculating this one with the help of this formula, Kt by q ln Nd by Ni, so plus Eg by 2q. So by directly this formula also we are able to find out. Then 0.35, this one comes 0.35, and Eg is 1.212 divided by 2, so it is like 0.90. Then for n well we are calculating Fermi potential. So for n well it is n type. So phi f is given by Kt by q ln Nd by Ni. So Kt by q is defined as a thermal voltage which is around 0.026 volt, and ln of Nd is given already, Nd and Ni is intrinsic carrier concentration that we are putting, so 0.35 we can get. Then oxide capacitance as per previous calculation 3.9 into epsilon OX is epsilon R into epsilon 0. Epsilon R is relative dielectric constant, so that is 3.9 for the silicon dioxide, and epsilon naught is 8.85 into 10 power minus 14 farad per centimeter. Oxide thickness is 10 nanometer, so 10 into 10, how much it is given? 10 nanometer. It is now converted to centimeter, so 10 into 10 power minus 9 meter, or which is converted in centimeter, then becomes 10 into 10 power minus 7. So it is now finally 3.45 into 10 power minus 7 farad. And after that, depletion layer charge, means depletion layer charge is again calculated with the help of ND. Now 2q ND epsilon Si to phi f. So in the case of n channel, here Na was coming and epsilon Si, and then 2 phi f mod of 2 phi f. For the p channel, it is p channel, therefore Nd will be coming. So same way method we are adapting, and this phi f is also taken, and then oxide charge per unit area is find it out. So because this is QB is the depletion charge, oxide charge, it is number density is given 5 into 10 per centimeter square. Only the electronic charge 1.6 should be Q should be multiplied. So Q is 1.6 into 10 per minus 19. It is becoming 8.01 into 10 per minus 9 coulomb per centimeter square. Then now we can find out the threshold voltage without any substitute bias. That is Vt0 is equal to phi ms minus 2 phi f minus qb by cox minus qx by cox. So by putting all these values, we are getting threshold voltage 0.04 volt. So though it is p type, but it is coming positive, which is not desired. So by this specification, whatever specification it was given, process parameters were given, you are getting threshold voltage 0.04 volt, which is not desired. So this is why ion implantation is required. So to make it negative threshold voltage, it is p type, p channel MOSFET, its threshold voltage should be negative. For n channel MOSFET, generally it should be positive if it is enhancement type. So to make it enhancement type, if it is already on at the positive 0.4 volt, it means that it is like depletion type. So means behaving like depletion type. So for making it like a good enhancement type P MOSFET, there is some requirement adjust threshold voltage by 0.5 volt is required. So necessary ion implantation charge per unit area, that is calculated by necessary ion implantation charge QII delta VTO into COX. So change of threshold voltage. So delta VTO, how much is happening? Minus sign delta VTO into COX. So minus, you want final threshold voltage minus 0.5 volt, and it is coming 0.04 volt. So minus 0.5 volt minus 0.04 volt, and then COX is already calculated 3.45 into 10 per minus 7 farad per centimeter square. Then it is coming like that. So multiplying everything, coming 1.86 into 10 per minus 7 coulomb per centimeter. This much implantation is required. This much ion should be implanted. So the value is coming positive. So positive ion implantation charges indicates that use of donor such as phosphorus, and necessary dose may be founded by this much. The number you want to find out how much dose. Dose means number of ions. So charge divided by electronic charge. So whatever total charge Q, that is divided by, because one dopant is containing Q charge. Q means electronic charge. So this is total charge divided by charge of one dopant. This will give you density. So this will give you density. Ni means number of implanted charges, unimplanted charges. It is one now Q, whatever unimplanted charge, total charge divided by electronic charge, it is giving 1.16 into 10 power 12 per centimeter square. Is it clear? This example completely, if you understand, then you can solve any problem. Like here, starting from here, we can understand. This is the formula. We can take a marker also. We can take a pen also. Actually, pen. threshold voltage calculation was done without threshold voltage adjustment. This is the formula for the zero bias threshold voltage, and this one is coming due to ion implantation. This one is coming due to ion implantation. To ion threshold voltage, we can say due to threshold voltage adjustment by ion implantation. Voltage adjustment. Oh. Ion implanted charges. Implanted charges. So threshold voltage by ion implantation we can adjust. This is the adjustment, and finally this change of threshold voltage, if delta Vt 0, then Q is related with this relation that Q ion implanted charge is equal to minus delta Vt 0 into COX. So this may be clear. And dose, this is called dose because number of ion implanted charges per unit area is called dose. So number of ion implanted charges per unit area, to find out that charge we know that charge per unit area we know that, but we want number. So by dividing with by Q, electronic charge of one implanted charge of one dopant, then it is giving the number, which is now dose. It is also dose. We can say it is dose. It is called dose. Means number of ion implanted charges per unit area. Next, body effect. Body bias effects, if you are calculating 1 minute, a few 5 minutes more, I will take. Many other examples are there that I will provide you. Next time I will start with the CMOS inverter, and examples I will provide solutions. You can go through that, because all the examples, all the solutions I cannot discuss here, but few are discussed here. So let us see one body effect also. Let us consider a n-MOS transistor with TOX equal to 10 nanometer and Na equal to 10 per 16 per centimeter cube. So it is Na, means p type substrate you are taking, and n channel you want to form n channel MOSFET, and calculate the change in threshold voltage attributed due to the body bias effect. If you are applying a body bias effect BSB between body BBS between body and substrate, this is the bias. If body side is connected with source is connected between body and source, whatever voltage source is there, that is connected, positive terminal is connected to the body, and negative, or we can say means actual value of voltage between body and source is minus 1.5 volt. So if you are connecting and providing negative voltage to the body with respect to source by amount of minus 1.5 volt, then body effect can be calculated. Body effect parameter gamma can be calculated like 2 q epsilon Si Na by COX. So first you are calculating gamma, means under it is coming in volt, root unit is coming volt to the power half, and then P types of state is there, then phi f, Fermi potential kT by q, ln ni by na is calculated. Then we can find out change of threshold voltage, that is given by initial new threshold voltage minus Vt0. This is given by this factor gamma under root Vsb plus 2 phi f minus under root mod of 2 phi f. Sometimes it is 2 phi f is written phi s. 2 phi f is equal to phi s. Here 2 phi f is equal to phi s. So Neil W. Weste, the book referred book textbook is using phi s. Vsb plus phi s minus under mod of under root 2 phi s. So phi s is basically equal to means double of phi f, because inversion is done. So whatever positive material means, that is substrate, has some phi f, just it should be inverted to n time, that material is inverted to n channel. So means double effect, means double times changes have been done. So this is why surface potential is changing by 2 times of phi f, and therefore we are calculating by putting gamma its value, and by putting phi f also, because surface potential can be calculated in terms of phi f. So everything is put, then we are getting delta Vt, change of threshold voltage, is equal to 0.109 volt. So now time is up, but anyway many more examples are there, but in 5 minutes if you can give few more examples I can discuss. Negative body bias, just effect we can see. So negative body bias renders the threshold voltage more positive. Now it is becoming more positive. Previously whatever voltage was there, that is increased by this much. Change is by amount of 0.109. So more positive. In case of P MOSFET, positive body bias makes threshold voltage more negative. So these are the important points, that negative body bias for the N channel MOSFET makes the threshold voltage more positive. And if it is P MOSFET, P channel MOSFET, then negative threshold, negative body bias should be applied, and it makes the threshold voltage more negative. You have applied here BBS is minus 1.5, but with respect to source, if you say, so source is if we write BSB, then it can be written as 1.5. Instead of negative, we can write 1.5. BBS is minus 1.5, but BSB is plus 1.5. We can say these are the differences by notation. First I am writing B, then we are writing S. It means that at B means body, with respect to source, it is voltage is minus 1.5. But if we want to write in terms of VSB, it is plus 1.5. So hence negative body bias means you are applying negative directly negative voltage at the body. This is increasing threshold voltage. Positive threshold voltage, more positive threshold voltage can be achieved for the NMOS, and for PMOS, here body will be given positive voltage, and then it will be increasing the threshold voltage more negative side, it is increasing for the PMOS, and in the N channel MOSFET positive side threshold voltage is increasing. So these are the few things, like subthreshold current. 5 minutes more. So subthreshold current, there is another parameter for subthreshold current defined as M, or sometimes we defined N. So it is 1 plus CDM by COX. CDM is maximum capacitance of the depletion layer under the oxide per unit area, and COX is the oxide capacitance per unit area. So the COX is oxide capacitance per unit area, already we are familiar with, and this one is maximum value. So this is this parameter N or M which is used in subthreshold current. It is related with this one. An exact equation for the subthreshold current. Subthreshold current means that leakage current below threshold, when you are giving gate voltage, positive gate voltage for the N channel MOSFET, but it is below threshold voltage, then some leakage current is coming. So that threshold subthreshold current is exactly in terms of device parameters W, L, mu, and all, and then KT by Q. It is given by this relation, that ID is equal to mu1 epsilon of x W M minus 1 by TUXL KT by Q whole square. All this can be given as I naught. All these terms can be given as IS or I naught, some constant value. Then exponential Q Vg minus Vt by M KT. Then another term 1 minus exponential Q Vd by KT. And this parameter is M is between 1 to 2. generally for typical MOSFET. So therefore this simplified equation this one second term VDS term, this can be neglected if you are few kT, means kT by Q is around 26 millivolts. So at least few kT you are VDS is given voltage more than at least 2-3 times of this one. Drain to source voltage is more than this one by 2 or 3 times. So drain to source bias is several times, at least 3 times more at room temperature. Then this current, previous current, this one can be modified. This equation can be modified like ID equal to K times, this is constant, all terms have been absorbed in K, M minus 1 KT by Q whole square exponential Q VGS minus VT by M KT, where this term is neglected, second term, and all these are some constant term, then KT by Q is also there, and this term. So this term is now becoming K M minus 1 KT by Q, this one like this. And subthreshold slope log of this one, we are taking log of ID subthreshold current, and with respect to 10 log of this one with respect to base 10, and with respect to VGS we are taking derivative. So d of log of ID divided by d VGS is, and its reciprocally defined as subthreshold swing, and generally it is coming as equal to 2.3 times MKT by Q. These are the idea. Based on this, some equations, some calculations can be done, subthreshold current calculation. So calculate and plot subthreshold drain current of n-channel MOSFET with respect to K parameter is given, K mu1 CUXW by L, that parameter. So 2 milliampere per volt square VT is given, threshold voltage M is given. Assuming that VDS is at least 3 KT by Q, KT by Q is the thermal voltage, at least more than 3 times. So 3 times of thermal voltage, 3 KT by Q. In that case, this formula you can use, and you can get some idea that K is already given. So this K, then M is also given. M is 1.6, it is given, and KT by Q, you know that it is 26 millivolt. So and then Q electronic charge, you know that, and VGS is given, VT is given. So this KT by Q, here also Q and KT is not required separately. So Q can be taken downside. So M KT by Q, which is VT. VT means thermal voltage. So 26. So then VGS minus VT. Then this is the simplified version, that all the constant terms here, and exponential VG minus VT divided by this one multiplied, then 41 millivolt. So this is plotted here, log of this one drain current, log of drain means log of ID with base 10 and with respect to VGS. So this is we can see initially here state portion, some means bending also we can see. So this is the calculation of threshold subthreshold current also possible. I can leave it now. Like one more quickly, transit time if you have to calculate. So if it is long channel MOSFET, then electric field is given by VDS minus whatever drain voltage you are applying by L, lateral electric field. So velocity generally V equal to mu E, V equal to mu times. Generally in the long channel we can approximate it like that. So mu1 n channel MOSFET mu1 times VDS by L. So transit time is L divided by this velocity, whatever velocity. So by it comes L square by V mu1 into BDS. If it is short channel MOSFET, so instead of also some examples are given, but if it is short channel MOSFET, then L divided by V sat, saturation velocity should be taken. If it is long channel MOSFET, then we are taking this normal velocity, whatever we are getting from V equal to mu into E. V equal to mu into E. V is related with electric field. V equal to mu times mobility times E, electric field. Electric field is VDS by L. But if it is short channel MOSFET, then we are finding out transit time by L divided by V sat, because already it is saturated. I mean, velocity is saturated, very high field is there. So this L should be divided by V sat, saturation velocity. So these are few things. Now I can stop here. So let me stop sharing. Next time I will start with the CMOS logic. So leaving before that, let me download. 1 minute. So few examples I have solved, means discussed, but I will provide the means file of many other problems and solutions which you can do practice, and also Kang book, SM Kang, CMOS digital circuit by SM Kang, digital VLSI by SM Kang. That book is also providing so many problems and examples. So we can also follow that one. I will upload that book. So let me stop recording also.